Today, I want to talk to you guys about God's design for relationships. It is something that I have a high value for in my life. Just know that God literally created us for connection with Him, with one another. And, I feel like we do that really well, but we often forget about our relationship with ourselves. And, in the Bible, it says, love thy neighbor as thyself. And so, how can we give something that we don't have? And so I really just want to take, a couple minutes to really dive into how do we build a healthy relationship with ourselves? What does that look like? Because the more that we love ourselves, the more that we'll be able to pour out and love each other. Um, and I know, in some contexts that can seem maybe a little self-centered or a little selfish to really, think about yourself. But it's in the word, that we would love our neighbors as we love ourselves. And so, one important thing that I feel like God's been taking me on a journey with is what is the conversation that you are having with yourself about yourself? How are you viewing yourself? I think we do that really well with each other. We practice speaking kind words to each other, respecting others. And, there was one day I was walking out of the garage, just kind of cleaning around the house. And I remember opening the door to my garage, and it was like all of a sudden, I just like felt the presence of God. And it was this moment where I knew God's about to speak to me about something and it's going to be really profound. And I was super surprised by what he said because it felt very simple to me. And what I felt like the Lord said was, you grew up knowing how to love people and knowing how to respect people, but you didn't grow up knowing how to love and respect yourself. And I want to take you on a journey with that. And I was like, oh my gosh. Um, and he's like, you teach your daughter, how to love and respect and how to be kind to others, but are you teaching her how to do that with herself? And so it kind of started this journey of, wow, what is, we've seen in culture, there's a lot of language around self-care and self-love, but what does that look like from a kingdom perspective, right? Um, and so I started with, I felt like God took me on this journey, and one thing that he had me do was every morning when I would get up and look in the mirror, I would have to say out loud, you are worthy. You are worthy now as you are. And it felt a little awkward at first, but I just kept doing it and kept doing it. And the way that I saw myself begin to shift, over time, just through this simple practice. And so I would encourage you, when you get up in the morning, when you're brushing your teeth, getting ready for the day, to just take a moment and just really take in that revelation of, wow, I'm made in the image of God. And not to even do it from a place of, wow, God says I'm worthy, because we know that, and I feel like that can still kind of dismiss it from actually taking it on for ourselves, because it's like, oh well, God says this about me, but what are you saying about yourself? And so yeah, just start in the morning and say, wow, I'm worthy as I am, where I am. Before I do anything great today, or before I mess up my entire day, I'm starting the day off with the revelation that I'm already worthy. Um, and so I began to do that, and it really shifted like how I saw myself, and really broke off this spirit of comparison. And so yeah, that's one key that I have for you with your relationship for yourself.